Shalom. I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakah Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS for the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to my Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Akali from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about trouble, chaos, crises, alright? Because, yo man, just today, as you can see, I have a whole bunch of articles regarding some major things that are going on around the world, and you know, according to the wicked elite of Esau Edom, who are these so-called white people, you never let a good crisis go to waste, and order out of chaos. All right, those are two things that they very strongly believe in. And we're heading into it, man. But also, we're heading into the time of Jacob's trouble, a time that is like a time that has never been seen before by the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And all of these things are just going to keep building and building and building until we arrive to that mark of the beast prophecy, which is that microchip. Okay, so let me get my first preset before I bring out these articles. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, and we have heard of the wars and rumors of wars. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So this is where we're heading into, man. All right, the famine is gradually being brought in. The pestilence, well, y'all know, but it's gonna get to a different kind of level, man. Okay, on a very real level. The earthquakes, y'all been known about that, man. Okay, and these are the signs of the times as it pertains to 2nd Ezra chapter 9. All right, upwards of the people in the world, earthquakes. All right, these are signs of the end of the rulership of the so-called white man, the end of this world, which is talking about the end of this age, that aeon. All right, and so Esau Edom, the wicked elite, they're moving full speed with their NWO agenda. All right, which we know it's not going to come to pass, right? Because it says in the book of Job chapter 5 that he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. All right, so we know it's going to fail based off of biblical prophecy. However, we're still going to have to go through this time of sorrows, this time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, because Yahweh Shemeshah is getting ready to bring severe judgment upon this world. All right, severe judgment upon the wicked, unbelieving, and 2/3 of all people. And then the heathen are going to be receiving judgment as well, man. So it's just going to be a very chaotic time, a very serious time of severe judgment being put out. All right. So with that, Yahweh Shemeshah is using the wicked elite of Esau Edom to bring about all of this chaos, all of these crises and everything, man. All right. So let's just take a look at what's going on. The first thing is this video from Dabu. All right, New York hospitals prepare for staffing crisis as forces mass firings. All right, so, you know, this is something, you know, these things are all actually happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there have been times where things were just reported on alternative medias and then you'll see it and then it kind of blows over and all these things. But we're in the time where these things are actually happening, man. All right. And we're in the time of biblical prophecy. We're in the time of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. All right, Matthew chapter 24. Well, we've been in that time. You know what I'm saying? But here it is that this thing is going out. All right, and you know, a video came out the other day where these nurses, they were filming their boss and they were like, he's saying that they need to hand in their things and whatever else, and she's asking, okay, so are we being fired? And he refused to answer. And she's like, no, are we being fired? Are we being removed from our position? And then finally he answered and he said, yes. You are being removed from your position. And the way that this thing is, all right, people, okay, even though they're being fired, they're not getting any kind of benefits. They're not eligible for them due to the reasons for it. All right, so a lot of people are about to become homeless. A lot of people don't have savings as is because we live in a debt-based society. All right, it's gonna get really chaotic out here, man. Okay, so that's going on, right? And then you have this article right here from Reuters. New York may tap National Guard to replace healthcare workers. All right, so they knew that this would be coming, man. All right, because they obviously know who is and who isn't, and they obviously can see that a lot of people aren't. So they had this all in the works, man. All right, they're going to get ready to deploy the National Guard over there in New York. All right, and I'm sure various other places around the world. And it's going to, it's just like how I don't even know if it was last week or a few weeks ago, because the way the news just keeps on rolling in, that like with children going to school, I think they deployed the National Guard in a certain area, right? So they're just being deployed to whatever, and it's becoming a military state. All right, and we know that based off of 2 Ezra chapter 15, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. We know that martial law is coming. We know what this devil is getting ready to do, man. All right, they're going to close the borders and all these things, man. It's going to be a time of great chaos. All right, but the National Guard is being deployed there, and that's what's going on in America, which more to come with each passing day. And then you have over there in the UK, you have UK gas stations run dry as trucker shortage sparks hoarding. All right, so we've been hearing about how the truckers been wanting to quit their jobs, go on strike, and all these things, and now it is finally happening. Okay, winter is coming from RT. European gas prices soar as demand peaks. So over there in Europe, they're having gas problems. All right, and it's not just gas to fill your car, it's gas for all other things, man. All right, over there it gets cold. Gas is used to generate the electricity in the first place, heaters and all these things. It's a big crisis, man. Okay, then you have from Reuters again, fuel pumps run dry in British cities, sowing supply chain chaos. Right, so we've been hearing about the supply chain being hit from all different kinds of angles, from the food to other commodities, okay? And it's all due to the situation that's going on, right? So it's all by design, man. Okay, and then since all of this is going on, from Sky News, they've decided fuel crisis. Government expected to mobilize army as a precaution amid fuel crisis, right? Okay? So they're mobilizing the army over there in the UK due to the fuel crisis. So this is how this devil is working, man. All of these crises are coming in, okay? And then they're mobilizing the army or the National Guard, okay? It's gonna get real bad out there, man. And there have been so many movies that show this, man. I remember I don't remember the name of this movie, but it was like a movie over there in the UK that when I started to when these articles came out today, it started to my mind jogged to it, where like there was this woman and these other people, and then they're in the store, and then all of a sudden martial law is called, and these people aren't able to leave even just where they're at, you know what I'm saying? And they don't know what they're going to do for food and all these kinds of things, man. These days are coming. All right, the wicked elite of Esau Edom, they showed you people all of these things in these movies, and we've been warning you people of these things, man, that these days would come. And they are coming, man. Okay? They are coming. Things aren't going to go back to normal. Things aren't going to get easier. It's not going to happen, man. All right? The plans are in full swing. Okay? And then, okay, you have in China another crisis, right? From fortune.com, unlit streets, no AC, and higher bills. China's energy crisis is finally hitting households where it hurts. So China is having an energy crisis, man, and it's hitting the households. All right, higher bills, no AC, streets not lit. Okay, and then when you even go to Google, So let's just refresh this because I searched this earlier. China's power crisis moves from the factory floor to the home. So factories have been affected and now it's hitting the homes from Bloomberg. China could be heading for power supply crisis after Evergrande shock. All right. China's power shortage turns dire as traffic lights fail, homes fall dark. So there's a crisis over there in China, man. Just crisis in these various places, man. And I'm sure there's all over in the various other parts in the world they're experiencing crisis. But you can't be getting everything. You know what I'm saying? And some things, that's why the scriptures say that the work is plenty, but the laborers are few. You know what I'm saying? That's why all hands need to be on deck when we're prophesying and when we're bringing out this information to warn the people. Okay, so all of this is going on. Let me see what other else. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the famine as well. That's building up. So even from this blog, the economic collapseblog.com, which it has some pertinent information in here. An industry insider just revealed the truth about what is really behind the shortages at our local supermarkets. So let's just get into this. The supply chain crisis that our supermarkets are facing is far worse than the mainstream media has been telling us. The mainstream media keeps trying to put a happy face on the temporary shortages, but an industry insider has let me know what is really going on behind the scenes. This particular insider runs a grocery store in Maine, and he says that things are as bad as he has ever seen. And multiple reports are coming out regarding this, man. And that's why I'm bringing it out even though it's from a blog, because this is on trend, all right? In fact, he says that he has never seen anything close to what is happening. The email that he sent me the other day greatly alarmed me, and I asked him if I could share it with all of you. He gave me permission to do so as long as I didn't use his name. I haven't received an email this startling in a long time. So let's get into it. I'm self-employed for 25 years, now independent, IGA affiliated grocery store in coastal Maine. Supply issues are real. My supplier has limited us on orders for about a month now, limited the physical number of cases we can order. Okay, so from mainstream media, we know that Costco is doing this. We know that based off of people, what they've been showing on social media, places like Walmart has shortages. Okay, their issue was mainly the help crisis in their warehouse. So there it is, this word again, crisis, crisis, crisis. Order pickers and truck drivers, same story everywhere. I know many of the items your reader commented about in this article are the same here. Very limited Gatorade and gallon water is sketchy at best. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. I've not seen many supply issues in produce, rather poor quality issues there, right? So even though they might be getting produce, it's poor quality. Much more than normal. Deli/bakery, yes, lots of out of stocks and long-term unavailable, as my supplier likes to word it on the invoice. In the center store, dry grocery like others are saying tons of out of stocks. Meat supply is fair, but pricing is extremely high. Shockingly high to me. The middle class is slowly being destroyed with these price hikes. Death by 1,000 cuts of source, I guess. My Frito-Lay delivery person tells me that he is getting 55 to 60% of what he's ordering. My last Nambisco order had 30% out of stocks. Over the years, we always get 99 to 100% of what was ordered. Pepperidge Farm cookies, he tells me some weeks he's only getting half of what he orders. These folks all work on commission. If they don't or can't sell it to me, they don't get paid or get paid less. When we place our liquor order twice a week, out of stocks that are running 30% most orders, this commodity was always 99.5% to 100% fill rate over the years, always. It's frustrating. As I said, self-employed 25 years and worked for Kroger, which is a grocery store, for 25 years before that, so 50 to 51 years in this business. Never seen anything close to what is happening now. Add to that a far-left governor and both houses here in Maine, Democrat-controlled. I just know we are on the verge of another thing, and a lockdown of sorts would not surprise me again as we move into the colder months. Biden said last year, a dark winter, and it looks like the dark winter is coming this year, man. As we've seen, I'm sure Maine in the news, So this is what's going on, man. The industry insider is trying to order normal quantities, but his suppliers are often unable to completely fulfill them. As you can see from the email, the shortages are widespread, and this is the worst that they have been during the entire Okay? If there's something that you need to stock up, and so then he just goes into other things. He brings out this from Bloomberg, which I brought out in one of my previous videos, that, reserves are low. U.S. report Wednesday showed beef reserves down 7.7%, poultry down 20%, pork bellies Bacon dropped 44%, the lowest since 2017. In most cases, supermarkets still have meat on the shelves, but it is definitely a lot more expensive. So this is inflation, okay, than it used to be, and we are being told to brace ourselves for more price hikes in the months ahead. So this is all beautiful, man. But look at this as well. Pharmacy issues. The big issue, however, is at the local drugstore Rite Aid. The place is thin at best and stripped in some areas. Last week there was no zinc available. The bear cases are notably sparse. The main issue, however, is at the pharmacy. 6 or 8 months ago, you could walk in and have your prescription filled inside of 20 minutes. If you called in the prescription the day before, it was waiting for you. Not so anymore. Okay, so people are experiencing issues at filling their prescriptions as well. And in America, a lot of people are on these medications, man. So you can only imagine what happens when the people aren't able to get it, man. These are the days that we're in. All right, Jacob's trouble. We in it, man. We in it. It's right. We're like at those doorsteps, just walking towards it, man. Okay. And this is my last precept. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, talking about you wicked Israelites, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. And this is the time that we're heading into, man. So, repent. Pray unto Yahweh Shemishai, turn to Yahweh Shemishai and repent, man, so that hopefully you don't have to face these things, man. All right? Because the days that are coming are going to be so bad out there, man. So bad. All right? But this is just what's going on. This is just news today. And I'm sure there's going to be more news tomorrow. So with that, I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashim Kodesh. What a bad babal. Shalom.